Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in this beautiful planet of ours. This is Marc, Lainhart, the Intuitive Prospector, coming to you live from the beautiful fields in the countryside, just off campus from Arthur Finley College. Wanted to see if I can get set up okay, correctly. Looks like I have a signal. Looks like there are some people streaming in, watching. Wanted to say hello to you from England. I am here for a few weeks. Some studying at the prestigious Arthur Finley College. I'm not on the college right now. They have a very strict policy about recording within the halls or on the campus grounds. So I'm just off the grounds of Arthur Finley College here. You see the backdrop. You guys know that I love nature, love being a part of nature. This is a road that goes from Mount Fitchett, which is right by Stansted. So for anybody that's been to London, Stansted is about an hour north of London, and there's a small town called Mount Fitchett where you catch a train and we walk the back road to the college, kind of a tradition. So I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go live. It all depends on signal, so it looks like I do have a strong signal. But good morning to all of you. Just give some shout outs. Good morning, Donetta. Good morning, Tina. Good morning, Kimberly. Good morning, Jamie. April. Good morning, Rod. Hello, my friend. Let's see who else is here. Jeannie. Hello. Barbarella. Hello. So just giving some shout outs real quick. I need a big favor from you guys that are watching because I'm strictly on the mobile application. I'm working from my phone right now, so I've got a microphone set up. I've got lighting, so the lighting, it's getting dark here. It's about 4 o'clock right now, just a little bit after 4 o'clock. But Metaphysical Mocha Monday starts at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so I wanted to keep that same time frame if I could. And want to just talk about a few things on today's message. So if you guys would be so kind, it's the first Metaphysical Mocha Monday that I don't have a coffee, so I apologize. I've been doing this for 2 seasons, and I've always had a coffee, but the cafeteria was closed, and I didn't want to walk with all my equipment down the road without a cup of coffee. So I've got a pretend cup of coffee with me this morning because it is Metaphysical Mocha Mondays. So grab your coffee, grab your tea, grab your protein shake. Let's go on a little spiritual adventure here in the fields of England. And I want to talk to you today about paradigm shifts and your journey in your spiritual path, especially if there are things that are really starting to shift. So I'm going to have an inspiration card for you today, kind of changing a little bit of the format because I am on the road. But if you guys would be so kind to share out to a few of your pages, because I'm not able to, and I usually can when I'm back at home, I would greatly appreciate it. And for the month of November, I am tracking people that share the Metaphysical Mocha Monday show, and I put you into a drawing for a free 30-minute reading with me, those that actually help share out the page. So please share out to a person that might need to hear this, another page. I would greatly appreciate it. So if you could send me some hearts or likes that you can hear me okay and that the sound quality, otherwise I'm just talking to myself and nobody can hear me, wouldn't make for a very good productive show if that was the case. But if you could just, let me turn the notifications on. Okay, so I'm getting some hearts and likes. I had to turn the notifications back on, just make sure that everybody can hear me okay. I am going to try to do a prospecting Q&A after show after this is done at 8:30 and do a reading with a few of you if I can live onto Facebook Live. Hi Darla, how are you? Hi Karen. Thank you Donetta for sharing. I will put your name into a drawing at the end of the month. Hello from Belize. I love Belize. I'd love to come down there and live down there. So hi Tara, how are you? Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. I appreciate all my spiritual prospectors that are joining me every Monday morning to do a little spiritual prospecting for your own spiritual gold. So if you want to learn more about me, you can go to marclainhart.com. You can visit just internet search the Intuitive Prospector, and you can catch me every Monday morning at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the Intuitive Prospector page. So if you touch the screen, you can like, you can subscribe. You can also subscribe to my YouTube library, which is in the link, which is in the description field of this video. And Misty says, waves at you all. So hi Misty, how are you? Thank you for sharing out, guys. Thank you, April. I will put your name into the drawing as well. At the end of the month, I will be drawing a lucky person that shares every week of Metaphysical Mocha Mondays for a free 30-minute reading with me. So I would appreciate it. So you may be asking, if you're just joining, where are we at? Where's Marc at in the world? Where's the Intuitive Prospector prospecting today? Well, I'm in London, England. I'm in England, north of London. I'm an hour north in Stansted. I'm just off campus of the prestigious Arthur Finley College, where I've been here since Saturday, and I'll be here for another week taking courses with the amazing teachers and tutors of the Arthur Finley College. If you are on a spiritual path, if you're thinking about healing, if you're thinking about metaphysics, if you're thinking about mediumship, like my path opened up to me in mediumship, then I would highly recommend this college. You can fly into the Stansted Airport, which is 5 minutes away by a taxi cab ride. ride, which the locals call Spook College, or us mediums call Hogwarts. I fly into Heathrow direct from Seattle and stay in a hotel in London and do a little sightseeing and get the jet lag out. So I feel like I've got the jet lag completely out, and I'm working with Spirit. Just got done working with an exercise. But great college, great tutors, great accommodations, very cost effective. I can't recommend it enough. But you will see, I'm going to just turn the camera around so you can kind of get just a perspective of how beautiful it really is. So you can see all the old trees. And again, I'm just off the campus. Let me set the camera back up. I'm just off the campus here because Arthur Finley, I had asked for permission for the management to tape or to do my show, and they had said no. So I wanted to be respectful of their rules and regulations for taking pictures and videotaping. So yeah, it was breaking up a little bit. Tina could turn the camera around just to show the perspective, which my microphone then is directional. So I've got a gentleman here walking his 2 dogs, which you only find in England. Well, not only find in England, but so today I was talking about signs that your paradigm shift. Hi. Got some dogs. That your paradigm shift may be changing, and some things to look for, some signs and symbols and some synchronistic events. And I thought it would be a good good conversation. I got a dog here. He's bribing him with a treat. I got some friends here. Hello. How are you? So, got 2. Hi. So I got some dog friends. Have a great evening. Cheers. So that is the beauty of being in England, and it's a beautiful countryside and lovely people. Really, I like to say that I'm a British trained medium. I've been coming here for 5 years. Just improvising today's Metaphysical Mocha Mondays for the fact that I just had 2 dogs come up and just jump on me, and a gentleman just out walking his dog on a nice Monday fall evening here in England. But you can kind of get the perspective. Wanted to share that with you. So again, grab your coffee, grab your tea. Let's take a nice deep breath. Let's get into the magic of the moment. And just see where you're at on your spiritual path. What signs are you seeing? A lot of times when there's a major paradigm shift that takes place for your spiritual path, it's because you need to heal. You need to open that wound that you may have been closing. You may need to have a little bit of healing and transformation so that you can start to move forward. Because a big thing on the spiritual path, and not everybody's on a spiritual path like myself or those watching, but when things come at you from a lot of different angles all at once, it could be just a recognition that you need to change your focus. You need to change your direction in life. It might be the wrong job. I know for many years that was my path. It could be the wrong person, the wrong relationship. And, not that person's bad, but just that the relationship is not beneficial to moving you forward, and we all want to be moving forward, right? So, it's interesting. I wanted to share this message today in the fact that when I came here 5 years ago, I thought I knew everything about mediumship, and I was, a lot of ego, a lot of maybe overconfidence, a lot of maybe even arrogance. I would say that's fair. But 5 years later, in my path, in my, a spiritual paradigm shift, and things that will cause me to shift, to start believing in metaphysics, to start believing in the power of life after death, is through the readings, and I'm in a completely different space, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, than I was 5 years ago. Because like I said, I come here every year to study, and this year I came for healing. And a lot of us need healing in this, especially with what society throws at us, what politics throws at us. I know in the States we're getting ready for a big election, and there's a lot of energy and chaos around that midterm election. We've been talking about it here in England, and it's interesting. I don't get into politics. There's another dog coming down the trail. That's pretty cool. I don't get into politics. I don't get into religion because it's your own journey, it's your own belief system. But when you're seeing a lot of chaos come at you, it's a good time to disconnect so that you can find the time to reconnect with all of it. So one of the mantras that I love to give, one of the positive affirmations that I love to give is energy without focus is chaos, and always focus on the good things coming your way. So I'm hoping that this dog that's approaching me is a friendly dog. Hi, buddy. Are you friendly? Huh? Big, I don't know if he's a black lab. Here, I'll show you real quick. He's right here. I wasn't sure if he was friendly to the gentleman that's walking him coming down the trail, so he just kind of bypassed me, not realizing he's on Facebook Live. But if you guys would share out, please do so. I'm not able to do so from my end. Hi, Solver, how are you? I am at AFC. I am just off campus, just respecting the college rules of no videotaping on the campus grounds. I talked to the managers, and they preferred that I did not record. This dog behind me is cracking me up. And so I'm just off the campus grounds of AFC, the Arthur Findlay College in Stansted, England, here for a couple weeks studying. So if you'd share out, I'll put your name in a drawing at the end of the month. I'll pick one lucky person for a 30-minute reading just for sharing out the message. Sorry, this dog is like totally just, here, let me just kind of show you what I'm seeing. This dog's having a good time. But about for today's message. Hello, how are you? What kind of? I'm doing great, thank you. What kind of dog is it? Black lab? And yeah, okay. Yeah. Brilliant. No, just doing a live video. Yeah, so just capturing the soul adventure, if you will.
Somebody with a fire over there that's putting smoke across.
Uh-oh. Cheers, have a good night. All right. Again, I'm just I'm out in the English countryside, just talking to people in a true soul adventure. And when you guys work with me, you know where I'm coming from on just living life in the moment, living life to the fullest, and always having a soul adventure. So Christine says definitely need change. Yeah, when you start to see the paradigm shift for you, if all of these changes are coming at you all at once, it's not a bad thing. It's actually, it can be overwhelming, it can be stressful, it can be hard on your health for sure, but it's also that it's showing you that the way that you're going is not necessarily the energetic match of where you need to be going, and those signs are happening because it's trying to get your attention. Eckhart Tolle talks about the greatest agent of change is awareness. And when you have awareness and you start to pay attention to the awareness and the things that are coming at you and approach it from not necessarily a negative standpoint, but be like, okay, why is this happening? Why is this person in my life? Why is this person leaving my life? Why is this job coming? Why is this job going? It's because it's always moving you forward. And, Dr. Wayne Dyer talked about this a lot of times. When you change the things you look at, the things you look at start to change. And there is a reality to that. And I say that because when I looked at coming to this college 5 years ago, and I've been coming for the last 5 years to study to be the best that I can in representing the spirit world as an ambassador, as a voice, as a medium, as a psychic, I'm in a much different place than I was 5 years ago when I started this journey, and I've met amazing people along the way, had a lot of healing along the way, and that's what today's message. I thought I would just share a personal testimonial for you. Don Etta says, very confusing. It's mind-boggling, Abigail says, and I'm kind of just reading through your messages. Linda says, hello, hope your trip is blessed. I am totally going through what you were talking about. Linda, I find when I do the show, and again, I was just thinking about doing this show. I was in class working with one of my tutors, and we were doing readings, and I said I have to step out to do my Metaphysical Mocha Mondays for this week, and I wasn't even sure if I was able to go live with the signal, but the signal is strong. We're broadcasting. It's awesome. I'm just off the grounds of AFC, being respectful to the college, and I wasn't sure what exactly I was going to be speaking about, and then it came up to me about all the changes that come at us at once can be very overwhelming, but it's also a time for a paradigm shift. It's a time for changing your direction, changing your focus, maybe taking a step back and taking the time to disconnect from it all so you can find a reconnection in a healthy way, in a focused way, and that's a beautiful dog. So a lot of people out walking their dogs tonight. It's a little bit after 4 o'clock. And I brought a new deck that I'm going to be working with. So if you guys stick with me on the Prospecting Q&A after show, as long as the signal holds up, I will be doing a few readings and giving you some guidance for this week, because that's what this show is all about. Inspiration, guidance, education, thinking outside the box, living again, healing, going through a grieving process. And that's what Soul Adventures, that's what the Intuitive Prospector page is all about, is just helping people to find that spark of life again, to start living. If maybe you've lost a loved one like I have and going through the grieving process, and maybe you're suffering from PTSD, maybe you're suffering from depression. That's why I do this show. This is why I reach out to people, and I have an audience of amazing spiritual prospectors all around the world, and I truly appreciate all of you, and thank you for tuning in. Please share out, because I can't share out. I'm just on one page. So let me read through some of the comments here. Definitely need change. Christine says, well, the change is not going to come to you, Christine. The change begins with you inside. And we've been talking about that this week. Even with my own mediumship, my mediumship changes, and it's changed over the last 5 years of doing this, but it changes within. It's not the external environment that's going to change you. It's your energy, it's your mindset. You're a physical being, you're an emotional being, you're a mental being, and you're a spiritual being here having a physical journey. And this journey that you're in is a third dimensional world that's very reactive. So it's always looking to get reactions from you. So if you want to change, Christine, find that change within, and you can do that through the power of meditation, through the power of different exercises like Tai Chi or Qigong. I get up every morning with the rising of the sun, and I get under one of these big trees that you see here in the back on the college, and I do a little bit of Qigong just to get my energy moving, to get my auric field moving and vibrating and the frequency of life. And so the changes come within, and if you're getting a lot of signs for big paradigm shifts, try to look at the signs and why the signs are coming at you, because I always say the lesson repeats until it completes, or what we resist persists. And I found a lot of truth in that. So when I'm resisting something, it just keeps coming at me like a spider monkey, and I'm like, okay, I'm listening finally. And again, this can be with relationships, this can be with financial matters, this could be with your job. I always think of the change when you first went to kindergarten, and then after you went to kindergarten, you went to middle school, and how nervous you felt, and the big change in the friends and the environment and the teachers. And then you went to high school, and oh my gosh, I'm going to be a freshman in high school, and just the changes that take place from going to middle school to high school. Let's take it one step further for those that went on to college. Not everybody goes on to college. Some can go on to vocation, some just stop at the grade 12 level in the States. That's fine, but for those that went on to college like myself, the big changes of college or graduate school, and the pressure that comes along with that, and the pressure should be accepted as normal, because last week's show I talked about no pressure, no diamond. And all of you are a diamond. You're a diamond in the rough. You all have beautiful gifts to bring to this world and things to share with other people. And the diamond is created because of great pressure. Now, it was interesting because in class yesterday, we actually did an exercise where the teacher, Jackie Wright, amazing tutor, love her. She was my very first teacher that I had here at the college 5 years ago. So I'm back revisiting it in a much different place. She did an exercise on the diamond and about how we protect our energy and what we protect with our ego and our energy and keep in, that can keep in, and it can be negative, and it can be cause disease or dis-ease, as I like to say. So you have to let some of your walls down and that vulnerability of being a diamond, and let that pass and move on, because what stays in becomes stagnant, just like water. If you think of moving water, if the water's not always moving forward, it stays and it starts to attract the grossness of smells and bugs, and turns different colors. So you want to be like water. You want to be moving forward. And so this morning, this afternoon when I'm usually in Seattle, and that's where I'm located, Seattle, Washington, I wanted just to talk about some things that you may feel just overwhelmed right now. And I know the elections are tomorrow. There's a lot of energy around that, and a lot of different opinions and tribal energy and lack of civility and people's opinions and people's judgments. I would say step away from that. I would say get out into nature, just like I'm surrounded by the trees right now. I love nature. You guys know, if you've watched my show long enough, I usually have a backdrop of trees. Well, today I have a real backdrop. I am out in nature, and I'm loving every minute of it. Just off the campus of AFC, just out of respect for the college. I didn't want any kind of recording, so just respecting and honoring that. But it's a live background. It's a live background of nature with big English trees. I'm in the English countryside, having a great time. But I just wanted to remind people that when the signs come at you, and they may feel overwhelmed, to take a second to identify the signs and to start, thinking about what those signs are coming to you for a reason. Everything's a reason in a season. They come in a season, they come for a reason. And see if you can make a change that betters your life. And again, it might be leaving a job that doesn't bring you happiness. Again, the secret of life is making money, getting paid to do what you love. That really is the secret of life. So I'm sharing that with all of you guys today. But think about shifting. Take a leap of faith. Life is short. I always say live it. I would say dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. And there's a lot of truth in that. 5 years ago, when I took a leap of faith to come here to a college to study psychic sciences, mediumship, spirituality, and healing, I thought, God, Mark, what are you doing? This is not your path. This isn't what I thought it was going to be at all. I didn't think about mediumship. I didn't think about spirituality. 5 years later, doing the work, doing events, doing a show, a Spiritual National Union member. I'm actually a voting member, working working on certifications to actually have a certification through the SNU. So if you're not familiar with the SNU, just look up Spiritual National Union. It's an actual professional organization in England, which they have a lot of consumer laws that protect people for doing mediumship, psychic work without fraud. So I wanted to be part of the best that I'd seen, and 5 years later, here I am talking to you from the fields of England. So you just never know where life's going to take you. You never know who's going to come into your path. You never know what that situation at the time may suck, may actually be a blessing in disguise. And I'm thinking of a Garth Brooks song that, thank God for answered prayers. Think about your prayers. Prayer is thought going out. Meditation is listening back for the answer, which a lot of people don't listen back for that answer. They just, pray it out, and hope that God will give it back to them. But don't take the time to disconnect through the power of meditation, sitting in silence and stillness to listen to those responses. And the Garth Brooks song, thank God for unanswered prayers, is playing in the background of my mind just for the fact that there are a lot of prayers that I had prayed for that didn't come true, and I'm glad that they didn't. It was literally a blessing in disguise. So for those of you that are having a rough go, look at the signs, look at the symbols, look at the energy, and see how you can make a shift. See how you can focus and let go of the things that no longer serve your path. Again, the saying goes, hold on and get dragged, or let go and be free. There is a lot of truth to that, but only you, with your free will and your choice, can make that decision. So let me check the time here. So we've got a few minutes. I'm going to switch over to the Prospecting Q&A after show. I don't have any music today. I don't have any coffee. I'm just out standing in the middle of a field in England, broadcasting. So if you guys would be so kind to share out, I would totally appreciate it. I will be back here in a few minutes for the Prospecting Q&A after show, where I'll take a few questions. I'm not going to be on air for too long just because I've got to get back to class because we are in class right now. But I did let my tutors know that I had a Facebook Live show that I was going to do, and also you can catch me this Wisdom Wednesday if the signal is strong enough. I'm going to try to broadcast for our show on Wednesday, Inspired Living Radio, and with my co-host Kim Thalkin in Richmond, Virginia. Pretty cool guest on this week, so check that out just by going to our Facebook page, Inspired Living Radio. You can go to marclainhart.com, get all the links. It's a one-stop shop for all the links on Facebook, social media, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Join my YouTube video library. I'd love that. Rod's saying, I'm getting decent audio but no video. Is that true with everyone? Sorry, Rod, that you're having a rough go. It does show on mine that I am live, so it might be on your end, but I am standing in the field of England. So, hi C Love, how are you? Hi Mari, how are you? Alicia, good morning. Abigail, but how do you know? Abigail, that's a great question, and I'm going to answer that. How do you know when to make a change? A lot of us don't take the time to feel in our own intuition, our own awareness. The intuition is the language of the soul, and something that I've learned in my path the last 5 years. The mind wants to direct your life, and when you start to get into a spiritual path, you start to learn that the mind is not always right. The mind comes from a place of ego, and it can lead you down some pretty, rough paths of life. And so feeling into that situation and just taking a nice deep breath, the power of breath can do a lot for you, Abigail. In listening to the language of your soul, which I call intuition, I call awareness, and awareness to the energy that's around you, the people that are in your life, the job, the financial matters, whatever your journey is, because it's different for everybody, and feel into that and sit with that and ask yourself a question. Does this person, does this job, does it benefit me? Does it make me feel good, or do I want to change? And go within and just sit in the silence and stillness, because Rumi talked about that the more silent you become, the more still you become, the more you'll actually hear. And a lot of people just get lost because they don't take that time. It's really simple, guys. It's really just take the time to disconnect so you can have time to reconnect to what's important for your life. So to answer your question, Abigail, how do I know? Trust how you feel. Put your hand over your heart. Take this out of the equation. Put your hand over your heart, ask the question of what it is that you want to find out. Take a deep breath and see what comes back. If it pops in right away into your mind, that's usually the indication that that's the right answer. If there's about a 3-second delay before your imagination kicks in and starts taking you down, the path of Alice in Wonderland, then that's your imagination kicking in. That's the brain wanting to kick back in and fill that void. So, that's the difference between intuition and imagination. Intuition is usually instantaneous. Imagination kicks in about 2 to 3 seconds after, and the mind starts to take over. So give it a go. Give it a try. It only works for you if you give it a try. I can only lead you to the door. You have to walk through it, as the saying goes. But I have a strong feeling, Abigail, that you'll find what you're looking for. Thank you for your question. I appreciate it. And it looks like, say hi to one another. Donetta was saying, yes, how do you know? I just answered that. I see the signs, but, let me see if I can open that. I can't see. I see the signs. Abigail's saying, I see the signs, but. Okay, welcome back, Rod. Hi, Kimberly. I have both sound video. Thanks, guys. Financial risk, Donetta. I agree, Christine. Yeah, me too. Okay, good. So you guys are back on. Hi, Jen. How are you? Yolanda, great tips. You're welcome. Karen McDuffie, you should open a school here in the States. Karen, I would love to open a school. If you can find some financial backers for me, I would love to bring, and I've said this for many years, that the West Coast, there is a place up in Victoria called the Inner Quest Foundation, and two of the tutors that are actually teaching here at the college have opened up a center up in Victoria that I plan to visit in 2019. But I would love to open a metaphysical school, mediumship. I'm a British trained medium, and I'm proud to say that. I've been coming here for the last 5 years with a lot of time, energy, and money to understand the concepts of mediumship, to understand metaphysics, to understand psychic sciences, and to understand spirituality and healing without all the woo, without all the stuff that you may see in other parts of the world. I'm not about that. I'm very analytical and former lifesaver, former firefighter, and really just trying to discover and explore through mind, body, and spirit what is right for my path and share that with others and be a storyteller. So if you can find me some financial backers for that, Karen, let's work together and let's visualize and manifest a school on the West Coast, preferably in Seattle. I would be open to that. But thank you for that suggestion. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate that. So hi, Tina, how are you? So like I said today, I'm improvising today's show. There's a first show that I've done in 2 years that I've never had a cup of coffee. I actually forgot it. The cafeteria was closed, and I needed to get out here in the field and see if I could get a signal to broadcast. So mission accomplished. Wanted just to, like I said, just pay attention to the signs that are coming at you. They may not come all at once. They may come in a steady progression, but pay attention to why the things are going on in your life, and do they serve your higher path? Do they serve your higher good? And if they don't, then your free will, your choice, and your personal responsibility to make a change in life can take you a very, very long way. Just like it took me all the way to England back 5 years ago when my journey really started to take focus on mediumship. But I'm going to give you a card. I've got a new deck to give you just an inspiring message. Like I said, energy without focus is chaos. Always focus on the good things that are coming your way. And really, the greatest agent for change is awareness. So be aware to what's going on and what are coming at you. For the signs, the symbols, are the signs good? Are they bad? Only you can, decide that. If you don't like what you're feeling, you don't like what you're seeing, take a second to take a deep breath, put your hand over your heart, go in and listen to the language of your soul, and listen to your intuition, because 9 times out of 10, it's going to point you in the right direction. It might be hard at first. Trust me, guys, a leap of faith is not easy, but trusting and patience with your own intuition and your own awareness can really be beneficial to your spiritual journey and moving forward, because we always want to be moving forward, not moving backwards. And as Abigail said, good vibes. Yes, if you want to think in terms of unlocking the secrets of the universe, like Nikola Tesla talked about, think in terms of energy, frequency, vibration, and when you step outside that box of you're just more than a physical flesh suit working a 9-to-5 job, and realize that you have true potential in the seen world and the unseen world. Amazing things, amazing people, amazing experiences like the one I'm experiencing right now with my soul adventure in England, standing in a field, can be very, very beneficial, very, very healing, very, very mind-blowing, and very bring a lot of happiness and joy into your life. So I'll be back here in just about 30 seconds. I'm going to come back for the prospecting Q&A after show, so you can I can have a direct conversation with you. It follows Metaphysical Mocha Mondays, where I can answer a few questions and give you some readings. It might even bring somebody online. If you share out the page, I'm going to enter your name. I'm tracking all the shares. I'll enter them into a hat at the end of the month, and I'll pull for all those that have shared throughout the month the Metaphysical Mocha Show. I'll put your name in a hat. You'll get a 30-minute reading with me for free via Zoom or phone, or if you're in the Seattle area, in person. And I would love to do that for you, and I'll let Spirit kind of pick that way for us as well. So let me grab a card for you for the message for today. So I've got my brand new deck live, fresh out of the box. from the Arthur Findlay College store. They have a cool store, lots of crystals. I could go crazy in there. Lots of cards, lots of just cool metaphysical, spiritual books, spiritual knowledge. So I'm just going to pick a card from the deck. This will be your message for this week. So take a nice deep breath with me. Find the magic in the moment, knowing that you are alive, that you have a purpose, you have a plan, and find that plan and change it for what you want. So the card today, I'm not kidding, guys. I know it's backward on the video, but it says to dream. And it also says to create. It says to be reality. It says promise. It says potential. It says capable. It says permission. You have permission to be great. Don't self-sabotage yourself with your own words and your own thoughts. And ties directly into my mantra. That's what I love about doing the synchronistic events of this, is dare to dream, dare to explore, dare to live. That is my saying that I first started with the Intuitive Prospector 8, 9, 10 years ago as a business. So that's your card for today. Dream big. I always say fail often, fail big. And when I mean by fail, first attempt in learning, because life is all about learning. So just want to say thank you for tuning in today from the lovely English fields of Stansted and the Arthur Findlay College. I'll be back here in just a few seconds. It allows me, hopefully I can get back on and I can do the prospecting Q&A after show, where I will directly be talking directly to all of you viewers that are watching and answer a question, or do my best to answer a question, or even maybe give you a reading. Who knows? We'll see where it goes. So thanks, guys. Until our next soul adventure together. From England, be kind, be caring, be compassionate, and I'll see you next week. Still from England. I'm going to try to come to location if I can. But have a great week. Be inspired, inspire others. Say hi to a stranger, smile at a stranger, give a hug to a stranger, but find civility. And I'll see you next Monday at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. 8, 9, 10, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Sorry, my mind's all messed up because it's 4:30 here. So, all right, guys, have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.